Welcome back. So last time we talked about service design, and now this segment we're going to talk about service transition. So as we basically continue to build this map of ITIL and what it is, really this segment that is service transition really describes the delivery of services required by your customers and how exactly you bring that into live operational use. And so this area also covers things as far as how you make those changes to the business as usual environment, again, in order to bring you to that new place, let's say. So, what are some of the processes that are involved in the service transition phase, Al?
Well, the first one's change management, and this is what you do for a living. I mean, you take care of requests for change. You form committees under here, change advisory boards to really make sure that you're doing this job appropriately and planning this thing as much as possible. ITIL puts in an emergency change advisory board, so in case during this transition something goes wrong, we need to have a design in order to really get people's attention fast, and remediation and planning.
Yeah, and along those same lines, the next phase, service asset and configuration management, it really it goes right beyond that, because if you're looking at making changes to whatever is in production currently, it'd be really kind of silly to say, oh, this is how we're going to change that, if you really don't know what those things are. So in here, you really build a catalog of what assets exist, servers, hardware, applications, things of that nature, and you basically document that so you can understand what we have, what we're going to, and basically how to get between those 2 points.
And the next segment's knowledge management. Just because you have the asset and the configuration list, there's institutional knowledge and there's project proprietary knowledge that comes up during these things. And they have a segment called knowledge management, which they have a SKMS, Service Knowledge Management System. Basically, it is a spot for us to share and collaborate.
Yeah, and regardless of what tool you use, you certainly have to have the information organized. And the next thing is release and deployment management. And so really, as you look at the things that you're putting into place, exactly how quickly is that going to happen, and in what order and things like that, that's important as well. Because as you look at your cutover, basically let's take a silly example of like migrating email, right, from one platform to a hosted type of environment. You can obviously transition that in basically everybody all at once, or the big bang, right? Or you can say we're going to take a small segment of users and migrate them, and then the next, and then the next. And so, as you're looking at how exactly you're going to make this transition happen, that's kind of important. What's the last phase?
The last one is planning and support, and that's just basically planning and support. It's just very important to do. Nothing goes off, no transition goes off without a hitch if you don't plan it and support it. So.
Yeah, and it's such an awkward area there, because you're not exactly on the businesses or in the business as usual phase, and so traditional support channels may or may not work if your support people don't actually even know that this transition's happening. And so you're right, it's like a tweener stage, that it's a little bit awkward. But that kind of concludes, that does conclude what the service transition phase is. And the next thing we'll tackle is actually service operations. So see you next time.
Thank you.